Hello there from Port Canaveral. We are about to get onto a Royal Caribbean ship, the Independence of the Seas. We're going on a cruise. We checked our luggage downstairs in the parking garage. We went through the customs and our boarding process, and now we're boarding the ship. Okay, we're about to finally board the ship. I don't think we're going to have as grandiose of a boarding experience as we've had on other ships. I think we just literally load right here onto ship, but this is where we're going to be for 4 days and 3 nights, the Independence of the Seas. All right, we have made it onto the ship. We are just walking on the deck right now, just underneath the lifeboats. It's about noon. This is probably the earliest that we've ever gotten onto a cruise ship. Okay, so we've made it onto the ship, and it looks like this is sort of the main area here.
It's very layered.
It is very layered, and we have
an atrium.
This to go off of right here, just sort of seeing where we are on the ship. Our stateroom is on deck number 7, so we might go and explore that and then start walking around the ship a little bit. How does that sound?
This is so cool.
Are you excited?
Yes.
So that's where we came out of the ship, just right around the corner there, and that's where we just were, right above the entrance to the theater. There are restaurants and bars pretty much all over the place. This is exciting. I can tell we're probably going to spend a lot of time here. Okay, so we're passing by this pizza place called Sorrento's, which looks delicious. We have not yet had lunch, so we might stop by here a little bit later. This is the staircase down to the casino, it looks like down there. There's another bar. And we're just walking around and exploring, probably making it up to our room at some point. So there's a Ben & Jerry's right back over there. This is the Royal Promenade. There's the sign for that. And there's a rainbow bridge here. This is so cool.
I love this bridge.
Isn't it awesome? It's just glowing underneath this. Okay, so I think we've pretty much hit a dead end. There's the rainbow bridge back over there. And they do have these just scattered around, which I very much so appreciate, presumably oriented in the direction of the ship. So our room is going to be somewhere back over here in the aft of the ship. And we do have a veranda, which is going to be very exciting. So Britta wants to go to the room just to see where it is, and then we can walk around and explore.
I did say that the Rainbow Bridge was my favorite thing, but I think this big red dog that is off the balcony is my favorite thing.
Just right there?
Yes.
Does it remind you of Arlo?
It will be my Arlo reminder on the ship.
Okay, so we are on the 7th level right now. There's Brennan way over there. She wanted to walk out onto one of the little balconies where the dog is. The rooms are not quite ready yet, so we're gonna have to wait a little while. I'm trying to see if I can lean all the way back and see all the way up there. But this is where we're going to be coming for a room whenever they're ready, probably within the hour or so on the starboard side of the ship. That's where I just was, right over there, and now I'm on the balcony that Britta was on, and now she right over there, so she could take a picture with the little red dog, or the massive red dog on that balcony. Okay, so we're going to take the stairs up to the top deck. I think we're trying to wait on the elevator, but I think everybody's getting out of the ship now, so it might be a little bit of a wait. Okay, so we made it up to deck number 11, which according to the map here, it seems like a lot is going on. There are a lot of the main pools here to check out and a lot of the recreation. So we're gonna go out here and explore this for a little bit. So outside, there's like a splash zone area here. That looks cool. Fish and chips. That looks delightful. Is it really? Yay! So this looks like an upcharge though. This looks very cool. Over here, there's a little splash away bay area as well. This is probably for little kids, but I'm pretty tempted to come over here. Looks like there are some jacuzzis and another pool over here, as well as a pool bar and a sky lounge. Okay, we made it into the adult section, and look at this whirlpool that just overlooks the ocean. How neat is that? I'm sure this is going to be pretty popular once the cruise actually starts. So we walked across this bridge here, which there's an adult pool, and the jacuzzi's way over there in the window, and there's also a bar, the Solarium bar, back over here. There's another identical jacuzzi over on the other side of the ship, and I think we're starting to backtrack because the room should be getting ready pretty soon. We also need to do our muster station drill, so we can probably do that pretty soon. We're also getting kind of hungry. Go back over by the splash zone, and over here there's like a little soft serve ice cream in the corner. Okay, so what we decided to do, we need to go to our muster station, so we're probably going to do that, and then we're going to go down and to get some pizza, just to get some lunch because we can't go to the room yet, so we might as well do something productive. Okay, so we came down to deck number 4 and we're heading into the dining room. This is going to be our muster station that we have to check in for. Okay, so our muster station's actually outside, apparently, so we have to go around the outside of the dining room to check in for the muster station. So that's fun. So that was super simple and very quick and expedited, and now we're heading back inside to get some pizza. So it looks like that's the casino straight ahead, and this is the Rainbow Bridge that we crossed over earlier, and we are heading to get some pizza all the way down at the bow of the ship. There's a cafe and a candy shop, it looks like, next to the Ben & Jerry's. It's definitely a lot busier now than it was earlier. Okay, so we made it back over to the other end of the ship, over to Sorrento's. We're going to get some pizza. All right, so Brendan got us a table over here at a booth, and we got this American pizza, some pepperoni pizza, some strawberry kiwi juice, and then I got this little key lime little cup. Okay, so we're all done with our pizza, and now we're heading to our room because it should be ready probably pretty soon. So our boarding time was 11:30, and the rooms are supposed to be ready at 1:30. So we're heading upstairs and hoping that the rooms will be ready in time. Okay, so our floor is open, so we're heading all the way down to our room. Okay, so the key was on the door, and we have our bags, which were in the hallway, and we're heading inside the room. Well, okay, so we can pretend that that didn't just happen just now, but here we are in the stateroom. I thought you were holding it open for me.
I was. I thought you had it.
So here are our room keys. Brendan is putting the wine that we brought into the fridge. We each brought a bottle of wine, and we're trying to get those chilled. I also brought some sodas with us, and that was pretty much the extent of what we could bring with us. So this is the stateroom, just right here immediately as soon as you walk in. This is the bathroom, which is slightly cramped, which is to be expected on a cruise ship. This is actually pretty cool, just how this shower works. I think that's pretty neat. And nice little happy sink right there. And then myself, hello. And now we're gonna go ahead and walk into the main stateroom area. So this is actually very spacious. I think this is the biggest room that we've ever had on a cruise ship, and this was just a standard veranda room,
Yeah.
to my knowledge.
It's got a nice, like, living room space area.
It does. We have this area to get ready here in front of a mirror, this very reasonably sized bed, and then of course a veranda. I think this is the biggest veranda too that I've ever had. That's where we parked in that garage. I wanted to come outside onto the veranda just to see the extent of the space, and this is such a generous amount of space for a veranda and such an overall cozy room. I could definitely feel the age of the ship, but I like it a lot. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's really nice.
I love this space. There's also a very large closet down there, like a legitimate walk-in closet. Like Brenna went inside and closed the door on herself when we first walked into the room. Okay, so I think we're going to get comfortable in here, just unpack all of our stuff, and then maybe go explore a little bit more, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we took the elevator. We are on deck number 14 right now, which I think is the highest we can go, with the exception of deck 15, where there's an escape room. And we are looking down on the play area here in the splash pad, and pretty much the entirety of the deck. This is a bar up here that we might actually come back to a little bit later. It's a little bit backlit, but we were over there in the window, just overlooking the deck. There's the suite lounge here, and then upstairs, I think that this is the escape room, the puzzle break center. Okay, and then we came down a level. There are the elevators, and over here this is the sports area, right? The sports court. Okay, let's go check it out. Okay, so there's the flow rider, there's the sky climber, the perfect storm, the sky pad, and then the basketball courts and the wall. Really? Oh, cool! My brother Dennis loves rock climbing. And then here's the basketball courts. Look at all of this. This is so cool. So back over here, this is the sky pad, which is up the stairs, which we might do this a little bit later. We have to sign up for it. And then the perfect storm are these tubes over here. The typhoon and the cyclone, which are these water slides. This is pretty cool. In the very back of the ship is a flow rider surfing activity. So the flow rider is very popular, and it doesn't look like the sky pad is open yet, but I already know that I really want to do this over here, this climbing activity. Okay, so I'm going to do it really quickly because there's another adult in here, so it shouldn't be too weird. Oh no, this is very tight and kind of uncomfortable. This is actually very challenging. Oh no, I'm in trouble. It's not painful, but there's just not a lot of space to climb through. Okay. There's a lot of different choices though in here to climb around. The view is awesome. I'm gonna go all the way up.
Go all the way up. Woohoo! What's it like? Yeah, the Disney Wish is right behind us. It's right over there in the distance. I don't know if you can see over there, but I think that's a massive rainstorm heading our way.
Probably. Just as good that I do this now, right?
Right? What side are you gonna end up on? Ta-da! Whoa. You did it!
That was fun. That looks like so much fun up there, as well as the rock climbing straight ahead. All right, so we came down the steps, and there it is, the Disney Wish, over by the Disney Cruise Line ports. One of these days, maybe we'll get to sail on the Wish. So right around the corner is the giant rockets, which this is interesting. I kind of wonder if this is an upcharge or if it's included on the cruise. We don't really know. Yeah, this would be great. Okay, so we asked, and it is an upcharge, which isn't terrible, but now we are inside the arcade, which would be pretty fun to win a little prize in here, maybe to bring back to Arlo like we did on the Carnival Mardi Gras. Look, there's a claw machine right over there. So we found a game that we would have wanted to do because I would love to win this hamburger dog plush for Arlo because it is a dog. It's a hamburger dog, but it doesn't take my key card.
It won't take our money!
So right behind us is the daycare. This is a very large arcade, and there is a duck game straight ahead, so maybe our key cards will work on that. We might come back to that a little later. Okay, so that was the arcade. There's actually a pretty significant amount of daycare areas, just literally all around. But I think we are going to go outside and then maybe go to the other side of the ship that we have not been on. This is the running pathway right here that goes around the ship. And there's the splash pad just straight ahead, and if you look all the way down there, that's where we first were just a couple hours ago. Isn't that cool, that rainbow bridge? Okay, let's go outside. You ready?
Ready.
Okay, so we are walking along the running path, bypassing the splash zone over here. And we're heading to the other side of the ship. Like I said, there's some live music down there and some dancing. The pools are getting pretty occupied right now, as well as the bars, but I think we want to grab a drink. So it's starting to rain just a little bit. It's not too terrible. And we found a set of stairs and we wanted to go up the stairs and explore, which is this cool overlooking the pool area right now on the live band. Oh, and this is cool. You could look straight ahead of the Disney Wish. Oh wait, that's pretty neat. So we actually could see the Wish do that, so that was pretty neat. And it's definitely starting to rain now. On the other side, that's the adult pool down there. We walked through a little bit earlier, and there's also a mini golf course. Okay, so before it starts to rain a little bit harder, which it might, we're going to go ahead and go upstairs and check out the mini golf course. It is a labyrinth of chairs up here, all unoccupied, which is good to know. It doesn't seem too crowded on the ship right now, except for obviously the main deck areas where the pools are. It is really raining now, but here's the miniature golf course, which hopefully we can come back and do maybe a little bit later once it stops raining. Maybe not today, but at some point, hopefully. Okay, so now we're going to try to find refuge at a bar somewhere. I don't know if we're going to go to a pool bar, or maybe head downstairs, or maybe just go back to the room and have some of the wine that we brought. That is also a valid option. Okay, so I think we are heading downstairs to go to that bar, just because it started to clear out a little bit, just because of the rain. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm also getting hungry again. It was a little bit of a process, but we finally made it down to the Solarium bar. Let's get a drink. Okay, so the drinks that we got, we each got a drink. Brittany got the rum punch, which is Captain Morgan Original Spiced Rum, Bacardi Superior Rum, guava and passion fruit syrups, pineapple juice, lime juice, and a float of Kraken Black Spiced Rum. And then I got the Dark and Stormy, which is Gosling's Black Seal Rum and Gosling's Ginger Beer. Yours is a lot more involved and exciting. Okay, so now we're heading back to the other side of the ship because I want to get a lobster roll. Okay, so I'm gonna get a lobster roll from Fish and Chips. It did stop raining, at least for a minute, which is nice. So here's my lobster roll.
It actually looks really good.
It does look good. Gotta got some fries there as well. And this was $10, which is not terrible. It's still good.
That's a happy boy right there. Okay, so it started to rain really bad again. We're on the running track, so that works. We're saving the lobster roll.
Okay, so I'm all done with my lobster roll. There's also ping pong back over here, which we'll definitely have to come back and do a little bit later. We're heading back to the room now, I think, to freshen up a little bit and then prepare for the sail away party, which presumably they're still doing even though it's raining. So it still looks like they're running the outdoor activities right now despite the rain, which looks like it'll be happening for a little while. There's the Disney Wish still way over there, and what I think we're going to do is head over to the buffet so we can maybe get some fresh fruit, because we did bring some wine and it might be fun to mix some fruit with some wine, right? So we looked at the price of Johnny Rockets and it's not terrible. We might actually come back and do this.
Yeah, I love Johnny Rockets.
Alright, so we're back on deck 5 and heading over to the Cafe Promenade to maybe get some fruits. The main dining room is closed, so this is another potential alternative to see if they have any fresh fruit that we can have. And we did it. I actually got a raspberry custard tart, and then Bernadette got us some pineapple and watermelon, and then she got herself some coffee. So now we're heading back up to the room where we can enjoy this, and whoops, I almost slid it off my plate, and then we can freshen up a little bit.
Welcome aboard Independence of the Seas. It is raining outside, but guess what? That is not going to stand in our way this weekend.
Okay, so we walked to the other end of the Royal Promenade. They're doing the sail away party, which they were supposed to do on deck 11, but it is pouring down rain. You can sort of see the cruise director way over there doing that. We went back up to the room just to freshen up a little bit, and then we came back down to watch the sail away party, which is just happening in the promenade here. Okay, so they're currently sounding off the horn. I guess we are setting sail from port. Right now it's a little bit ominous, the sound, isn't it? Okay, we're racing to the back of the ship just to see if we can see any more of the port. There's everybody over here just parked alongside, just waving and honking at everybody.
Walking this way is very disorienting.
We're running around the side where there's no cover right now. Oh my god, it's actually raining. We're just going to try to get to the back of the ship. Don't slip. We made it. We're parallel with the last little bit of land here as we pull away from the port, which we might be able to see if we head all the way to the very back here. So on the corner, it's just a ton of unused lounge chairs. You can't even see just where we came from back there. We are heading out to sea on our way to Nassau again, but it looks like we are heading towards bright and sunny skies, which I hope is the case for the entirety of this cruise, especially when we go to Coco Cay for the very first time. Well, together. I think you've been, right?
I've been with my mom.
Okay, so now we're heading around the other side. It is starting to rain a little bit less, again because the weather is just slightly better, thankfully, heading away from the port. I think we're heading back up to the room now. Okay, so we're getting back inside, and we have not yet explored this level of the ship. This is where the casino is. So this seems like a sports bar down here, and the casino is straight ahead. We might go check out this basketball over here.
Okay, so we just located this like sports bar, like Dave and Buster's type area, and of course, Roy found the super shot.
I'm terrible!
No, you're not.
Okay, so I did terrible at basketball, which was fun, but it was $2, and now we're heading through the casino. I don't know where we're going, but this is where we're going. I don't know. Wait, no, we passed by that upstairs. That's where the dance party is. So the casino is way back over there, and this is another bar, and it's themed like a shipwreck almost, which is really cool. There's some portholes over there. I could totally see us coming back here at some point. And it's very busy in the promenade and very loud. Right now, heading back up to the room. I'm sure that everybody's inside right now just due to the weather, even though it's letting up a little bit. It's probably a better alternative than waiting outside. But we're heading back up to the room so I can have some wine, because Vernon made a little cup of wine, and now I want to have some wine, and then we can figure out what we want to do tonight. There's your dog. Right up there. So we are back in the room. Brennan is freshening up a little bit, and I brought some magnets from home. And I've always seen that everybody puts magnets on their doors. So I'm going to put Arlo and my oyby logo on our door. Is that fun?
Yeah.
Cool.
I was excited when you brought it.
And you've already made your drink, but this is one of the wines that we brought, this strawberry Moscato. So I'm going to pour this into this little tiki mug that I brought. And then you already got your fruits, but I'm going to add some of these watermelon and pineapple, respectively, into this, and have a little fun drink. Here's some wine with some fruit.
Super sweet sangria.
Yes. It's kind of funny that it's that dark outside, because it's only about 5 o'clock, and I think that that's just due to the rain, because it is still just pouring down rain. So I think what we're going to do, because we looked at the app and all the various entertainment and activities just on board today. So I think what we're going to do right now is we might go ahead to see if we can buy some liquor, because I think it'll be a little bit more
Cost effective.
yeah, like just cheaper than actually buying several drinks or a drink package on the cruise. And then after that, we do have some fun activities that we hopefully will do. We'll see. Okay, so we're back down by the Royal Promenade, and I think we're heading down towards the liquor store that we saw earlier. And I also have my little cup with me, with my wine in it, and my fruits. So what's pretty cool is that these are actually rooms, I'm pretty sure. Just go on either side of the promenade. So we're down at the very end of the promenade right now, and straight ahead that is the markets, which we're going to be going to hopefully when that opens up in about 10 to 15 minutes.
It's already a line.
Yeah, everybody wants their liquor because the drinks are sort of expensive. Who would have guessed? Already got some water for herself. We finally got into an elevator, like a clear elevator.
Cool. Oh, that's nice.
What is? A mural?
Like a little mural. Oh, you're right.
That's cool. Okay, we took it all the way up to the very top. And now we're heading all the way back down. This is how we're spending our time. Just riding the elevator. Okay, so the market opened up and we are looking for a bottle of liquor because pretty much one entire bottle of liquor is what our couple of drinks cost us earlier. So we can make our own drinks this cruise. Then that would be pretty ideal and save us a good amount of money. So actually, never mind. We went inside the markets right here. We should have known this, but alcohol that you purchase on board on a cruise ship, it actually is not able to be consumed on board. It gets delivered to the room. I'm a little bit embarrassed, Brennan.
I knew this, and I don't know why I didn't remember when we went in there, but then, like, once we found out, I'm like, duh.
So now I think we're actually going to head up to the buffet, which should have reopened. We stopped by there earlier, but it was closed when we wanted to get some fruit. We might just go check it out. I still want to go inside the Ben & Jerry's. Also, this sugar shop opened up, the candy store. Let's go get some food from the buffet. This is so weird. The Rainbow Bridge isn't rainbow anymore. It's just a regular boring bridge. This is right next to guest services. So we stopped by the room again, and it's actually starting to look a little bit brighter outside. It's still definitely raining, but at least it's not as dark as it was earlier. But we might be heading into some rain here in just a minute, so it's probably going to pick up. But okay, let's go to the buffet just to explore a little bit, maybe grab a quick snack, and then we're going to go to trivia. So the tentative plan was to go do Harry Potter trivia, which is in about an hour, and then go to dinner, and then go see a show, an ice skating show. Yeah. Okay, so this is on deck 11. This is the Windjammer Marketplace, which is the buffet on the ship, I think. So there's a bar, and I'd like to assume that the buffet is probably around the corner over here. You can't even see outside. It looks like it's raining pretty hard again. And here's the buffet. Hello. Hey, this looks delicious. And it continues around the corner. I know, right? We have so many different stations with just a plethora of options. And we're planning on going to our actual dining room tonight, so we're not going to be actually eating dinner, but it is very tempting just given the amount of options that they have here right now. The ship is definitely shaking a lot just due to the weather. We came from around the corner right over there. We're absolutely going to completely destroy our appetite if we continue to stay here, so we probably need to go ahead and move on, but at least we know that we have a really cool option for lunch. Okay, so we've made the circle around the buffet. There's lightning outside, which is a pretty intimidating sign, but we are heading probably to a bar. Now, maybe this one right here. Okay, so Brennan decided to treat us both to old fashions. Look at these. These are actually like very beautifully colored. And you already tried it. Was it good?
It's strong.
Is that a good thing?
Yes.
Cool. Especially for what we're paying for it. Okay, so we are bringing our drinks with us and heading down to deck 5 to do some trivia. And it looks like it has finally stopped raining just for a minute, but it is pretty quiet. Okay, the elevator's here. That's where we just explored right over there. So it'd be fun to come back to.
Amazing.
It really does, and we have to go all the way down there somewhere. And we've made it to the other end of the promenade. This is pretty strong right here, but we are heading into this Star Lounge to do some Harry Potter trivia, hopefully. We'll see how well we do. And then we're going to go to dinner afterwards. Okay, so we're inside the lounge. Now we have our drinks, and the presenter is back over here. I don't think I'm going to be filming this. There's some fun Harry Potter clip arts. Just want to enjoy this because we've never done trivia on a cruise before. All right, so we are all done with bingo, and we got 18 out of 20 correct.
I'd like to add that if I did this on my own, I would have gotten 13 out of 20.
I'm pretty good with Harry Potter, and I'm embarrassed about the ones that I missed. It was still so much fun. I loved that. So now it's time to go to dinner. It's about 8 o'clock, which is going to be our later dining time. We're both pretty hungry despite all of the food that we've eaten today and all the food that we could have eaten at the buffet. So let's see what this dining room experience is like. So the dining room should be opening up in just a minute. Over here there's quite a substantial backup. Brenda got herself a little drink there, and these are all of the questions for trivia just now. I don't know if you can read those. I don't think I should read all of them, but we did such a good job. Just missed a couple of them. Probably shouldn't have, but it was still challenging and then also really fun. It made me feel like I knew a couple things.
I'm still really impressed.
I know, right? So it's 8 o'clock right now, which means the dining room should be opening up. Hopefully. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so we're inside the dining room right now. They just opened it up, and we are sitting over by a balcony just overlooking the entire restaurant. So we're by this beautiful chandelier, and we have the menu, and we're going to go ahead and order. All right, so the appetizers are here. This is Brennan's antipasti, a selection of Italian cold cuts and cheeses, stuffed sweet pepperdew peppers, catamala olives, and what is that? Crostini, which is interesting. And then over here, I got the shrimp cocktail, chilled shrimp, horseradish cocktail sauce, and fresh lemon. And then this is the, what is this? This is the Maryland-style crab cake, sauteed until golden brown with creamy Old Bay sauce and tomato cucumber salad. And then finally, right over there, I got the escargot, baked snails, and a garlic parsley butter, a true French delicacy. And also Brennan got the, what did you get? The baked French onion soup. That's not here yet. So the main courses are here. Brennan got the baked polenta and feta cheese, a creamy corn polenta, feta cheese, crispy grilled vegetables, and a rich San Marzano tomato sauce and olive oil. Just trying to read this off of my phone, and I'm challenged by that apparently. And I got the herb crusted salmon. This is pan-seared with horseradish, celery root puree, snow peas, grape tomatoes, and a lemon butter sauce. And now we have dessert. This is the apple blossom Alamode, a warm apple tart served with vanilla ice cream and caramel sauce. And then I got this pear and blueberry cobbler, sweet oat milk crumble served warm with vanilla ice cream right there on the side. All right, so dinner's over, and we actually sat at this table right over here, and we were sat with people that we don't know, which is totally fine. Everybody was very nice, but this dinner took so incredibly long. It was about 2 hours long of experience. So heading downstairs just to see where the ice skating would have been. We really wanted to see the ice skating show, but it just was not going to happen. Okay, so we're in the theater where they did the ice skating show. It's pretty cool. They're actually raising these drapes where the portholes are. I can't even talk, but this is where the ice skating show was. Right here that we missed, unfortunately, just due to how long dinner took, which was sincerely very disappointing how long the dinner experience was. This was down on deck 3, and the dining room takes up deck 3, 4, and 5. It is a very large dining room experience, but it just took so long to get the food. 2 hours. Okay, so we are back on deck number 7, heading back to the room. Okay, so we made it back to the room, and now we're heading back out to the top deck, I think, because we just want to see what it looks like at night, and it finally stopped raining. And we've made it up to deck 11. Looks very pretty outside. Definitely a little bit quiet, that's for sure. It's pretty windy right now, but it is definitely very quiet. This entire area is closed over here, kids area, and it looks like the regular pool is too. So we're out on the main deck right now, and like I said, all of the pools are closed. I don't know if this is what normally happens. Also, all of the bars are closed too, interestingly. Even the pool in the adult area is closed right now, as well as the bar over here. I think we might just go ahead and call it an evening tonight. And we also did find out that there is going to be another ice skating show tomorrow, which is really good. All right, so there actually was one pool open, one jacuzzi back over there in the adult area. But I think we're probably going to go ahead and go back to the room and maybe head to bed a little bit early, because we have a big day ahead of us tomorrow. We're going to be boarding in Nassau. So we are back in the stateroom, of course, ending the video in front of the mirror, as we've done for the past couple cruises that we've been on. Yep. That was our very first day aboard the Royal Caribbean Independence of the Seas. We are going to be on the ship for 4 days and 3 nights, so it's going to be a relatively short cruise. But it's our first cruise together, because we've been on a cruise with Brennan's family and with my family, and now we're just going to do it together, nice and casually.
First independent cruise.
We really got to explore the ship a lot today, mostly due to the weather.
Yeah.
But we got to Port Canaveral pretty early, and we got on the ship around noon, so we had plenty of time to just explore the top decks and just the Royal Promenade. And there's still a lot that we have not yet seen on the ship. Without a doubt, it does seem very large, and that's my absolute most favorite aspect about cruising. I'm just completely positive is just getting to explore the ship. I love that just so much. And today was just, again, mostly about exploring and getting to eat some food, which all the food that we had today was very good.
It was really good.
The dinner at the very end was probably just like the most unfortunate aspect, just because it took so long.
Yeah.
The service was phenomenal, the food was phenomenal, it just took so long. Yeah. And thankfully the saving grace is that we get to see the show tomorrow that we really wanted to see, the ice skating show. We're going to be watching that tomorrow without a doubt. Yeah. And that's always a challenge when you're trying to figure out your cruise schedule, when you have early or late dining.
Looks really good, so maybe we can hit up the buffet for dinner tomorrow instead.
We can, and that's the good thing, is that you don't necessarily have to commit to any particular dining schedule. You're on your own time in terms of just what you want to do around the ship. And tomorrow we're going to be going to Nassau. We do not have any port excursions for Nassau. No. We might get off the ship, we might not. It's going to be very casual, and we're just going to enjoy it because it's going to be Brennan's birthday in a couple days, and that's the reason why we're doing this. So thank you for hanging out with us today. We will see you tomorrow for another cruise vlog aboard the Royal Caribbean Independence of the Seas. Yeah. It's a very long name. So we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Goodbye!